So if somebody is with you, the person would advise you.
He's you know, my father's an electrician, so yes, I know a bit about this thing. David, he's poorly geared. Missy geared. Yes, he's poorly geared. You know, he's not wearing the right gear that he needs to put on. But you know, all these things play a certain role, and it's sad. I mean, for you to go, David.
And then the other video we have to share with you this morning has to do with a certain teacher. I don't know which school it is, but the teacher is in fisticuffs, blow to blow with a student, a female student. And in a commentary, some of the female students are saying, "Oh, or your bar," and the teacher's response is, "So your bar no no." But you're a teacher who's supposed to know better and to do better. So no matter how indisciplined or how a student will misbehave towards you, you ought to show maturity. Emotional maturity in acting, in doing things. So this video that has leaked right now, where you are seen fighting, attacking, you know, I'm told that it's from Yunehin Senior High School. Yunehin Senior High School, that's where the whole thing
is. Catholic.
It's a Catholic school.
I think that's what I'm told.
Oh, okay. But it to be a senior high school.
Yeah. It's a Catholic senior high school.
Yeah. So you I don't know how to even speak about this, because say because if a child misbehaves, there are chains of command. So go to a higher authority. If it's a head, if it's the headmistress or the headmaster of the school, if it's somebody, a leader, somebody who use. Listen, if you're watching the video right now with us, the way he flipped the girl needs to be simple. Girl needs to be simple. How then would you explain what transpired? Because sometimes if you don't have emotional intelligence and then you want to mojasho to do certain things, the girl can die. Let's just watch the video and Joe, begin the video again for me.
And the gentleman is a teacher.
He's a teacher. So look here. Joe, bring it back again. Here. This girl could easily hit her head against on the ground, concrete ground, and die. Well, I'm just sitting back. I'll be calling my guys, at the GES head office to find out whether it's come to their attention and what punishment will be meted out to this teacher.
And he is Ashanti, right?
And he should be in Ashanti region. Ashanti. Yeah, he is in Ashanti region. But Ebufu, what is happening?
But David, you see, what at all will make a teacher do this with a student?
And don't forget, this is not the first time we're seeing this. In a school in Accra, was it O'Reilly or a school in Accra, we saw a teacher and a student also in fisticuffs. Well, later, some of the students decided to, attack the teacher and beat the teacher.
No, but David, I'm saying that before being to school, before had teachers who acted very some way.
Unprofessionally.
But David, for a teacher to fight a female student, a male teacher.
Fisticuffs.
Oh, David, yeah, the teacher. I don't know. There's something lacking in his training. With all David, what at all? I mean, so can you go back tomorrow and stand in front of your student and teach them if you behave this way? What is this? Because David, me, if I'm related to this lady, I will go every length to prosecute this guy.
Well, that's what I said. That if it were my child,
because you have in law, you have the duty of care.
Yeah.
When a student is it the parentis locus or so, you have a duty of care. When a student is brought into your custody, you have to discipline the student. Yes, but is this the way to discipline the student? And it's a female student for that matter.
If you should use corporal punishment on my child, a cane, use it wisely, I don't have a problem. If my child misbehaves and use a cane on my child wisely, I wouldn't have a problem. But there's no wisdom in this. This is utter foolishness.
It's just unimaginable how a teacher will do this.
Utter foolishness.
Yeah, David, the term is locu parentis. It means that in place of a parent. So in place of a parent, is that how a parent will treat a female student?
Look at him.
As a when you're a colleague, EB. Oh, David, some of the teachers in the system say, "Come on, be good teacher." No, say, "How do you do this?" How do you do this? And David, see, what is sad is that I'm being told that this video has been on the internet for almost 48 hours now. The GS are they telling us, David, they've not received any, they've not seen this video.
So I said I was going to call the GS, the head office headquarters here, and find out more. No,
but David, sometimes too, their proactiveness is also very important. This video, hasn't this video been on there for almost 48 hours now? So GS is telling that they've not seen it.
And is it a dormitory?
Not have not seen it.
Is it a dormitory or is it a hostel? What is this? Because I think it's not a dormitory per se. I think it should be a hostel.
And even the school, because David, now the school has been tagged that there's a Catholic SHS. They must also speak. If it's them, we must know. If it's not them, we must know who employed the teacher. Because David, a teacher who can do this is not the first time.
No.
Hey, for you to do this with a female student. Oh, there is one Bema crying, you can say they be Bema there something. A female student. You see, because if you're a proper gentleman, no matter the provocation, you never go certain length with a lady. And there's a female student under your care. And David, I'm also disappointed in the people around because they seem to be elderly people.
No, they're also students. These ones, they're all students too.
Oh, okay. But there seems to be a lady who has a
they're all students. That's what I'm saying.
But they should have beaten the teacher.
Or maybe intervened.
They should have beaten the teacher. How can you do this to a female student? How can you do this? What at all has the lady done? I'm not encouraging stubbornness or anything or saying that teachers should not discipline. But if you want to discipline the student, this is not the way. This girl could have died. Look at how
the way he flipped the girl over. Right here. And Kofanochi, the health workers are still on strike, although, the CEO has, released a statement or a letter. And let me just read a letter to you this morning from the chief executive of Kofanochi, who's still, on suspension. He writes and says, appeal to striking CATH staff to return to duty. That's the caption. He says, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all staff of the hospital for your show of solidarity with me during this period. I'm very grateful for your support. However, I need you all to return back to duty in the supreme interest of Ghanaians and our valued patients, whilst I defer the outcome and directions to the supreme wisdom of the Honorable Minister of Health, Kwabena Menta Akando, Member of Parliament, and the Board of CATH. I remain committed to the cause of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Yours faithfully, signed, Medical Doctor Parkwesi Beidu, Chief Executive of Kofanochi. When I saw this letter yesterday afternoon, I was wondering whether indeed it came from him. So I placed calls, and indeed it's from him. Then what next came to mind was, and I a friend behind the scenes, I catch after 2 weeks. I understand. Listen, there are a lot of things going on. There's some things I cannot say on radio.
But
he's been suspended for 2 weeks. But I'm saying that behind the scenes, a lot of conversations are going on. Even from
hold
on. High-ranked people at Kofanochi have spoken to me that this was a move furtherance to his being asked to leave. And that is why when I saw the statement, I'm like, okay, behind the scenes, maybe he's been spoken to encourage his staff or his colleagues to go back to work. Then after the 2 weeks, they will say, okay, so you've been warned. Don't do this going forward. And then he restated.
David, you see, I usually say to you personally, do not agree with what the doctors are doing. And yesterday, in my question, I made it clear to Dr. Lit. I do not support that. I feel that it smacks of you have touched one of our own, so we also do what we like. For me.
Oh, that is why the Ministry of Health statement.
They're entitled to disagree with me, but that's my view.
They said the man was suspended because of he being a doctor, but because he was a CEO.
Because the reason that all people, there were other people who were part of the decision taking, so why singular the minister? What are we talking about? Let's be fair in doing analysis. Kwesi Chum created a company. Who is the managing director of this company? Is it not Jimmy Agla? David? Jimmy Agla on working with management. If something happens, who do Kwesi Chum call?
Jim.
Exactly. So you are the leader. That's why he enjoys perks of office. No doctor enjoys. So that excuse for me is also untenable. But that said, if you suspended the man, fair enough. We saw the same thing with the Gripco thing. But to say that you are removing him, I never supported this appointment because of how they sacked Professor Chada Mensah. But they shouldn't repeat it. Based on what are you sacking him? Based on what? Based on what? You see, the thing is that they shouldn't just try and create further problems. The fact that what the doctors are doing, some of us think that it is not fair to us. They should not, like, you are sacking him for what? Everybody who would listen to Live FM knows that Pakwesi is not a favorite. I won't sit already and pretend. He is not. When he was appointed, my views on him are still public knowledge. His comment on certain projects started by his predecessor was why I felt that he should have toned down a bit, and he himself set a certain dangerous precedent for himself before he became the CEO. That said, what to make, like David, someone should convince me what to make
like
enough
said,
justification.
He's been suspended for 2 weeks. Let's see what happens after 2 weeks.
Suspended now,
okay.
We take it
from there. But again, there are a lot of talks out there. There's a lot of talk.
They should truncate it. They shouldn't further degenerate whatever.
Okay.
He should be CEO until David he's stolen money, until he has maybe there's a medical negligence or something. I don't see any sensible reasoning why they need to sack him. David, just 1 minute. You see, there's too much tinkering in this. The real problem is that, yes, I don't support the doctors, but David, the real problem, problem is that the place is full. Why do you want them to take the people to? The adjoining hospitals that you fix, you've not done it. Why do you want them to take the people to? That is why you must focus. I don't know why in our country, when the issues come, you want to obfuscate the matters and bring in other things. And your time in just tell the gentleman that, oh, we gave you KPIs. Do this, do that. You have not done it. We are sacking you, fine. But David, honestly, if emergency ward is full, the person has told us, let's even assume it went contrary to what President Mahama said on the back of the death of the Emisa guy, right? Charles Emisa guy, and the report of Professor Bedu Akosa. Is that enough reason to sack the CEO? CEO no, on a see hospital now answer there.
Like I said,
if you give him facilities and he has not used the facilities, then you can make that justification. Or if you don't get me.
I do, but I'm saying that we're speculating. It's based on what we've heard, So let's hold on.
But that's how Chadam says own started.
I understand.
So they shouldn't dare do that. So David, all that you are saying is that he may not be your favorite, fine. But David, at least accord him the right courtesy and co. When this same minister was involved in an accident, we saw how the then CEO marshal doctors to be on you 24/7. When Ahiagba nearly died on the road and he was rushed there, we saw his Facebook post. If you can pick up, David, before you go, we have time. Let me just pick up. It's only 7:10. Let me just pick Richard Ahiagba, what he said about Konfanoche. So David, the truth is that yes, I don't support what the doctors are doing. But David, you see, you must also come to the conclusion that the facility indeed is stretched.
Oh, but it's captured in the Ministry of Health statement. They're saying that in as much as they know that the facilities overstretched and people can die, the communication that was used was wrong. That's what they're saying. But I'm saying that for now, we're just, sharing what we've heard from the grapevine.
Based on the explanations that we've had from doctors, do you think the communication was wrong?
To me, no.
Yeah, so what's
because they put in a lot of measures. They spoke to several facilities in the region.
The problem
they talked about the reverse referrals and all that. They said a lot of things. They said the board was in the known, the regional minister was in the known.
The problem is these political players, they care more about good face rather than the truth. That is why if you are a government worker and you speak truth, they don't want the people to know the
David,
truth.
I have the statement here. It's 16th August 2024 when they were crisscrossing the country during the election. This is what Richard Ahiagba said. He says, there's a Facebook post. Okay, it takes me to Twitter. The main post said that I'm out of the hospital today with a few knots to untie, but I'm back on my feet again. Thank God Almighty and thank you all for your prayers and support. To the dedicated doctors led by Dr. Charles Cade Daly, the catalyst, right? The catalyst. Dr. Otubuatin, the signature man. Dr. Roland Azoladi, the wise man. Professor Peter Ambi, latter day addition to the team, and the host of nurses I saw. God bless you for doctoring and nursing me back onto my feet. To Konfanoche, led by the dynamic Professor Ade Mensah, I owe a depth of support and advocacy to ensure that CAT continues to improve healthcare outcomes for Ghanaians. He even said that he owed Ghana and the professor and the doctors what? An advocacy. He goes further to say, fighting to hold on to dear life at CAT has been very frightening and painful. But through it all, I have learned firsthand the extreme, David, this is the wedding, the extreme deficiencies and prospect of Ghana's healthcare delivery system. From this experience will rise a turning point foundation to promote a people-centered, outcome-driven health policy regime in Ghana. May God bless and deliver us from evil. David, so it tells you that irrespective of our disagreement with CEO, doctors, or whatever, the common fact is that the hospital is stretched. There are extreme inefficiencies. One or two for himself even initiated policies to fix that thing. The government of the day didn't mind him. Were you not here when we brought in Sammy Adubuache, when towns had been at the port for months? Because
they didn't pay their duties.
So, David, you cannot use overcrowding as an excuse to sack the CEO. It's unfair.
Like I said, it is not concrete yet. It's something that I have picked.
We are also preempting our thought.
I picked, and I think that we needed to talk about it. But yesterday you asked whether the Saman thing is still around.
Yeah,
KMA has a statement on that.
Oh, yeah, really? So the KMA to reintroduce enhanced Saman sanitation system from July 1st, 2026. So the management of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly wishes to inform the public that as part of efforts to improve sanitation conditions in the metropolis, it is reintroducing what is termed as enhanced Saman system. Effective 1st July 2026, a special sanitation task force comprising environmental officers, military and police personnel will be deployed to selected communities in the city to enforce environmental laws and bylaws. The task force will operate from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on each working day. Offenders will be hauled immediately before the court of law for prosecution. The management of KMA wishes to inform the public that the sanitation day will be held on Saturday, 1st July 2026, within Abreport electoral area. The exercise will be led by the assembly member. The public is hereby called upon to keep their surroundings clean at all times and to bear the date of their next sanitation day in mind, while supporting the assembly to improve the sanitation condition of the city. This was issued by the PRO and to all media houses.
So it's coming up. And one other thing that we need to inform our listeners on is that we also want to embark on another campaign. Seeing the way people are misbehaving with refuse, the way they dispose of refuse and all that, we want to embark on another campaign, a sanitation campaign.
It looks like a coincidence. So.
Yeah.
But David, I think that the timing is very, very good.
I've already spoken to the KMA people already, somewhere last month.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether this is informed from our conversations, but whichever way this is good for all of us. Yeah. I like what the KMA boss, the AMA boss in Accra is doing, where he says, for people who are dumping refuse in drains and unauthorized places, people who are filming it, if you're able to film it and bring it to his attention, he'll give you 1,000 cedis. So he wants everybody to be on the watch, on the lookout. Obi ishie efi egu gotemu, ana baby enso de fi go no. But the Greater Accra KMA boss no, AMA boss no. Also the brand now 1,000 cedis. I think we need to do same.
Find a person and give you 1,000.
Yeah.
But Dave, let's look at back in the days when this tankers thing was around.
In force,
I don't know if it was around in where you grew up.
Yeah. When they were camping, people were running around just to clean. You know.
And what was the result at that time?
Oh, the environment was clean. Our homes were clean. Yeah. Even your barrel where you fetch water and stored water, they'll check inside
and
the
sometimes
barrel.
If somebody was creating too much refuse,
your bathhouse,
somebody will prompt you that for the bowl into Yiniho.
In fact, David, that is what prompted, the compound setting, where everybody will sweep, and if you don't do it, well, they'll say that when the tankers, you will bear the
cost.
Yeah, David. So it tells you that. That's why David, I always say that. David, after 2026, we brought back tankers. So what does that? That tells you that
and for the campaign we're going to embark on, we're going to do this with the KMA. We're going to do this with Zoom Lion. Because listen, if you go to town right now, yes, Kumasi Bong. Why? Because the people who are trading in the CBD, they don't have any urinary. Yeah. That is close to proximity.
Even that, women
will wee into containers and pour it into gutters. So we'll bring the traders to tell us their problems. We'll tell us how they are managing filth in the CBD, how they feel themselves. We'll bring the people who are riding Spraga to pick filth. What are the challenges? Because their tricycles somersault or topple over.
David, beyond that, The sight of seeing people do that by the roadside is traumatizing.
I was with Joel. I was with Joel last Wednesday, and the woman was wooing.
They just spread the Alex in the way.
It wasn't in the corner.
There was one time around Sofo Line in a taxi, and this guy, you see how Sofo Line is. There is no place that you can stand and do this thing conveniently. No matter what you do, somebody will see you. And this guy, I don't know what prompted him, but he was very endowed. Now, exposing such things that is not supposed to be seen by anybody. And the funny thing is, when also I was in this,
traffic.
In the passenger this thing. So everybody turned and saw what the guy was displaying there. Very huge. No, was asleep. They say he is proud. It was only a quality to take man.
David, that one is a problem.
Like you see,
but it's one of the reasons why I always tell David I hate going to a door. Unless maybe the bank know you or something, it's terrible. The CBD has, but David, even that. I mean, why do you just stand anywhere and urinate?
And because for you to feel like urinating, it doesn't come all of a sudden for you to want to urinate. You hold on. So whilst you're holding, you look for a better place to discharge.
But David, I think that we must make it also. I think that was you who brought that bylaw that.
Me, can I bring a bylaw? I raised it.
No, I think that you showed it to me where. Every commercial facility,
must have.
So when I'm walking in town, and I feel like we win, I can walk into a bank.
I think someone gave me that document.
Yes, I did. So you can walk into a bank, into a shop, and say, "I want to use your urine." It's allowed.
So the thing is that why is it that most of the shops there
they don't have it?
So you see, David, that's why we say that it comes back to the assembly. So, Mr. David, your problem now. Ono you the problem create assembly for. David, once assembly for. David, before we go, let me do this birthday. It says that happy birthday to Gabriela Abrefi Eji. Gabriela Abrefi Eji. She's 9 years old and she attends school at Hilltop School. So, Gabs, happy birthday to me. You live beyond our frequency 99.5.
All right. Coach Ozando.
Davido, my boss.
Shall it 2 days to the World Cup?
Yeah, man.
Are you excited?
Oh, yes, of course.
2 days.
Oh, yes.
2 days to the World Cup. Yeah, Thursday.
I don't feel the fever anywhere.
But you're not a sports person, so you don't feel it.
But you don't follow the thing.
You don't follow the thing.
Oh, but this is not the first time I've been. Back in the days, like you would see something like the air would change.
Because you don't follow sports.
The
last time we are going to ask you to mention 5. We are going to ask you to mention 5 Black Stars players.
I asked him to give me 5 names of a
No, he asked you of Accra's food. But you asked him of Black Stars. Okay, you mentioned 3 Black Stars players.
1.
Emmanuel something.
2. Emmanuel.
I know the day are you. His brother, what's his name?
You asking
Jordan, are you?
You don't have a television at home. All you do is be on social media. How can you even find this out?
The World Cup will start on Thursday, but unfortunately, CAF best referee is from Somalia. USA have denied him visa, and so he cannot go for the World Cup tournament. I mean, they've not come out with the official reason, but
they should give us a reason why.
No, Somalia is on the restricted list from Africa. So I mean that's the confirmation.
No, but
FIFA has confirmed that
he's going to do an official work for FIFA. So
but for the Americans, you cannot determine their entry requirements. But David, my question is that the World Cup will be played in 3 countries, right?
Yeah, Mexico, Canada, America.
So if USA have denied this guy entry,
exactly.
Mexico is there and then Canada is there. They can give him some of the matches there to officiate because we are talking about the best. He recently won CAF's best referee.
Let's see how it goes.
And that's really serious.
Let's see how it goes.
Iran is complaining. Iraq is so have you been following the Iraq story?
No, I have not.
They questioned one of their players for close to 7 hours before. I mean,
give him a visa.
No, I mean when they go to America,
immigration.
Exactly.
Immigration was questioning him.
They detained him, questioning for close to 7 hours before he was allowed entry into America. But their photographer, you know what happened to him?
No.
They questioned him for 10 hours and asked him to come back to his country.
What were some of the questions he was asked?
That one day I don't know.
Donald Trump's America.
Well, I saw this video of the Senegalese players, the way they were subject to some street, search and at the airport and stuff like that. David, it is really getting serious.
If people want to do something, those people are already there.
This is a tournament for the fans. You see, my problem with America is that you accepted to host the rest of the world, David Akwete.
Yeah.
So can't they make their entry requirement a bit flexible?
Oh, don't mind them.
Oh.
Me. 21 minutes past 7 is what time it is, and Steve Zando takes over right now.
President Keto Kyoku, he's been speaking on our preparations for the World Cup tournament, especially head coach Carlos Queiroz, and of course, communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante Chum, has been providing some updates from the teams based in the USA. Details coming up in a moment, not forgetting some club issues. Asante Kotoko is in the news again, and of course, we've got some trending foreign news as well. But as usual, before we get into the stories, let's acknowledge our sponsors. Bigo Energy Drink. We brought you Bigo Soft Drinks, and you embrace it with love and loyalty. Now we are proud to introduce to you the all-new Bigo Energy Drink, a non-alcoholic carbonated drink enriched with taurine, ginseng, and inositol. Packed with an invigorating blend of natural ingredients, Bigo Energy Drink is a refreshing and energizing drink, perfectly suitable for an active lifestyle. Bigo Energy Drink is a refreshing and highly effective for rehydration and energy replenishment. So anytime you feel like taking an energy drink, just grab a bottle of Bigo Energy Drink and feel the difference. You can get Bigo Energy Drink from all supermarkets nationwide, and for bulk purchases, please contact Trillium Industries on 0322 190 877 0322 190 877. Bigo Energy Drink, live a life without limit. Now to Nido, and breakfast is already special, but with Nido it just got better. Now with the Nido 10+1 promo on our 14-gram and 23-gram packs, you have 10+1 more reasons to enjoy breakfast. Buy one strip of our promo pack and get 11 sachets instead, one extra sachet free. That's more smiles at the table, more creamy goodness fortified with iron, and more value for your family, because your breakfast deserves a little extra. With Nido, promo runs while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Let's get into the details now, because the Ghana Football Association Integrity Unit completed a mandatory integrity briefing for players and officials of the senior national team, the Black Stars, yesterday ahead of the FIFA World Cup tournament, reinforcing the GFA and FIFA zero tolerance approach to match manipulation and ensuring all participants, including the Black Stars, understand how to recognize and reject any approaches. The briefing, conducted by the GFA's integrity officer, educated players and officials on the risk of match manipulation, the methods used by fixers to approach players, and the consequences for individuals and teams involved in any form of match manipulation corruption during the World Cup tournament. Players and officials of the team were also reminded of the strict prohibition on betting on football matches, both directly or indirectly, and the sharing of inside information. The integrity officer highlighted the availability of confidential reporting channels accessible 24/7, assuring all participants of anonymity and protection when reporting suspicious activities. Meanwhile, the Black Stars team has been training at their base in the USA and was considering a friendly match against Honduras later today, but that game has been called off, meaning the Stars may not play any friendly before Ghana's first game against Panama on June 17. Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Henry Asante Chum, has been detailing why we may not play another friendly before our first game against Panama.
We would have loved to play another friendly after the game against Wales. We also started the process of getting at least one more high-intensity friendly match, but we were thrown between getting a qualified nation or a nation that hasn't qualified for the World Cup. As of last week, if we were staying in Europe for one more week, we would have gotten one of the top 10 teams in the FIFA rankings to play, but we had already planned to fly to USA 24 hours after the game against Wales. So that friendly against one of those top teams wasn't possible. Yes, we had initial conversations. We had meetings with the leadership of the Football Association of Jamaica. We also had detailed conversations and engagement with our brothers from Honduras. But what did not happen is that they had their initial plans. And in times like this, teams are looking at movement of logistics, movement of players, cost implications. And once we were the ones calling for this friendly, it means all those costs would come to us. Yeah. As we speak, there is nothing on the table. The coach wants to focus on training for now. In the coming days, if there is anything to do regarding another game, we will announce. But at this moment, it doesn't look likely.
Now, Henry Asante-Twum also spoke about the team adapting to the weather conditions out there in America.
Very, very hot out here in the United States. Since we arrived, temperatures range between 21 and 35. I think 2 days ago, we had reports that there is likely to be a thunderstorm, for which reason we had to wrap up our training and rush back to the hotel. You wake up as early as 4 a.m., sometimes 5:30, and you see the sun. And then the sun also drops very, very late. But before we arrived here, we had seen signs of this particular temperature and weather in Cardiff. Cardiff too was very, very hot. You know, the temperature is quite humid and the wind is quite light compared to what we saw in Cardiff. But aside that, I think now these players are used to this weather, especially those who grew up in Ghana. They are used to this weather. Those who grew up north are also used to this weather. The coach finds a way to get the right balance. Sometimes we train in the morning. Sometimes we train in the afternoon. We have had to switch pitches as well. I think it's also part of the strategy. Our first 3 days we trained at the American University, and then yesterday we switched pitches from the American University to the DC United training ground.
So that's the latest from the Black Stars camp in America. Now, Ghana Football Association President Keto Kweku has described Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz as a man of his word, praising the Portuguese tactician's integrity and professionalism since taking charge of the national team.
I think so far he's been good. He's a man of his words, with over 40 years of experience at the highest level of football, both at club level and at international level. He wouldn't have gotten here by chance. I think that his skill set is there for everybody to see. He's very humble, but extremely firm. Yeah. These are attributes that I've come to see of him. He's extremely firm in his belief. And I think that he's arrived at this point because of who he is. And it's important all of us, as a people, see him as such.
All right, here the voice of Ghana Football Association President Keto Kweku. More stories from Black Stars camp ahead of the World Cup, and former Ghana captain Stephen Appiah is urging the players to fight for everything at the World Cup tournament.
I will tell them that it's their time, and that's the right moment. The moment has come. They should take it. They shouldn't play with it, because we have seen players who play with it and now they are paying for whatever that happens. And this particular time, I think with social, because 2006 there was no social media. So with social media, you have to take advantage of any chance that you get. I mean, that's what I'm going to tell them. At first, they have to know that they are playing for African continent. So wearing that shirt, they should know how important is the shirt, and they should fight for everything to achieve something.
That's a sound advice from former Black Stars captain and the management committee member of the national team, Stephen Appiah. Meanwhile, astute Ghanaian scout coach Ebenezer Sefa is calling on Ghanaians to throw support behind the national team as they take to the battlefield at the World Cup tournament. Baba Rahman especially came under public scrutiny after the friendly against Wales last Tuesday. And according to Coach Eben, every player makes mistakes, so let's pardon Baba and in general support the players at the World Cup tournament.
Baba Rahman is an experienced player, so yeah, he is a good player. It was Blaster that an AFCON that he got injured, if you can remember. Because if had not been God, Baba Rahman would not be playing football today. So we should be happy for the young man. Yes, at the point, Baba Rahman for Stadium against Central African Republic. You know how the fans treated Baba Rahman. He's at the point, as Samajan said, he's not playing for the Blasters. He and Bafoja, you could remember. Yeah. The day you once said that he's not playing for the Blasters, we have to have the intervention of the first man of the land before they change their mind. So if they are angry, Baba Rahman is not exception. I heard a lot of people talking about he made a mistake for Blaster to concede against Cardiff. What about the two centre backs who were in the penalty area when the cross came in? Somebody should mention one player that he has not been beaten on the football field before. So please, we should be fair to this young man. Some people, for people in Germany, at that time, if you pick 5 central defenders in the world, he's one of them. He made a big, huge mistake against Italy for Yaquinta to score against Ghana. Did you kill him? Did you put him on the chopping block? You shouldn't do that. I need to support the Blasters, and that's why I'm calling all Ghanaians to put everything behind them and rally behind the Blasters.
All right, you hear the voice of Ghanaian scout coach Ebenezer Sefa, still with some World Cup related stories. And Omar Atan, who was said to be the first Somali to referee at the World Cup finals, has been dropped from the list of officials after he was denied entry to the USA. Atan, the 2025 CAF Men's Best Referee of the Year, was barred from entering the country at Miami International Airport and is currently in Turkey. No reason for Atan's repatriation has been issued by the U.S. immigration authorities, but Somalia is one of several countries on a travel ban list introduced by President Donald Trump's administration. After speaking to the U.S. authorities, the World Football Governing Body FIFA said Atan will miss the World Cup tournament. Now, back home in the Ghana Football Association has officially set Thursday, August 20, 2026 as the date for its 32nd Ordinary Congress in line with Article 31, Clause 2 of the GFA Statutes. The annual statutory meeting will take place at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram Pram, bringing together key stakeholders in Ghana football to deliberate on the state and future of the game. The Congress serves as a major platform for reflection, planning and decision-making ahead of the new football season, with discussions expected to focus on competitions, development programs, governance, and strategic direction for Ghana football. Now to the camp of Asante Kotoko, and Dutchman Stanley Menzo has been appointed as the new technical director for Ghanaian side Asante Kotoko, joining on a long-term deal. The 62-year-old coach will join the Ghana Premier League side as they seek a rebuild following another roller coaster season in Ghana's top flight. Menzo had been without a job since the end of November 2025 after leaving his role as national coach of Suriname, but at Kotoko he will be responsible for all technical issues of the club until the appointment of a substantive head coach for the senior role. We can do some women's football now because Black Queens are preparing for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations to be played in Morocco next month. The Queens have been training at Accra Sports Stadium and recently secured a 4-0 victory over local side Ampem Dakoa Ladies. Here's Black Queens head coach Kimlas Bukergrin on preparation so far.
I mean, they have been good. I mean, we'll want to give credit to the whole squad. They have been keeping up the energy. We have been rotating a lot. All of the players had some minutes in one game at least, the most of them in 2 games. So overall, they have been good. I mean, when I took over the team 1.5 years ago, I said my expectation is to bring back Ghana to a top 4 team in Africa. If we do that, I'm pretty sure that we sooner or later will win. So top 4 is going to give us the qualification for the World Cup, so that's going to be huge. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to do everything we can to start with to make the top 4. And if you are top 4, let's push for the goal.
That was Black Queens head coach Kimlas Bukergrin out to some news around the world, and Christian Eriksen says he's doing well and is at home with his family following his collapse in Sunday's game against Ukraine. The 34-year-old spent the night in hospital following the incident and wrote in a statement on Instagram that his recovery has already started. But now he's confirmed that he's doing well at his home with the family. Away from that, informed winger Michael Olise scored his first international hat-trick to send France to the World Cup with a 3-1 win over Northern Ireland in Lille in a friendly match in what was Didier Deschamps' home farewell as manager of the Le Bleu. Now, former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood believes Michael Olise is now the face of the French national team, choosing him over Mbappe.
At the moment, I would have to say Michael Olise.
Over Mbappe?
The way he's playing at the moment, I think you guarantee the performance. I think Mbappe is an amazing talent. I think he does turn up on the big occasions, but I need to see him turning up more often. What a front four they have. It's incredible. We talk about, teams who are going to entertain. You can't but entertain with you can't foul with a team like that. You've got to be nice and solid defensively across the midfield area. Get the ball forward to them 4 players, what they have at the top end of their pitch, and they will entertain and they will win games for them. The only worry for France is always the worry, can they keep the harmony within the camp? And if they can for the long period, which is going to take them to the back end of the tournament, they're going to be a real threat.
All right, Tim Sherwood sharing praises on Michael Olise. Now, last night, Spain beat Peru by 3-1. Today, we have DR Congo versus Chile, and of course, the Saudi Arabia versus Senegal. These are the international friendlies slated for today. To some club issues in England, and Manchester City and Chelsea are remaining in negotiations, of course, about Enzo Maresca replacing Pep Guardiola. Guardiola announced on 22nd May he would step down as City boss after trophy-laden decade in charge, and Maresca was quickly identified as a leading contender to be his replacement. Chelsea feel they are due compensation under the terms of Maresca's departure, as he was contracted to the club until 2029 and left just 6 months ago. Now to Italy, Juventus have trained their sights on Aston Villa goalkeeper Emi Martinez after missing out on Liverpool's Alisson Becker. Match will depend on whether the Italians, can get near Aston Villa's valuation of the Argentina #1 goalkeeper who almost left Manchester for Manchester United last year. And lastly, Real Madrid hold genuine interest in signing Enzo Fernandez this summer. Sources close to Chelsea's £120 million valued midfielder have confirmed Real Madrid have long been linked on the assumption that they will be one of the few clubs in world football who could afford a 25-year-old Argentine World Cup winner. Fernandez has also openly admitted he would like to live in Madrid one day. So that'll be all for The Last Pause, sent apart by The Last Pause team, brought to you in association with Bigo Energy Drink. Live a life without limit. And Nido was on board. Breakfast is already special, but with Nido, it just got better. Later today at 3:05 p.m. we are meeting on The Last Pause Bliss Extra to bring you everything's pause with all the detailed analysis. For now, Eugene Osetitu, Leo Stanley, and David Akwete, who continue with Live in the Morning after this.
Hey, Charlie, these days there are Azan everywhere, and GCB Bank is on the alert to protect your money. So be vigilant. I should share my OTP with you. How can you tell me this story? Masa, one-time PIN no be group work, so don't share. Azan, they say share your PIN for them to help you. Azan, unknown link biya, no one click so pa. Bebre Azan, free ATM help say. My friend, look sharp. GCB Bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or Ghana card details. Don't fall victim. Think before you click or send anything. Azan Boys Day Street. So Deji, call 0800-422-422 toll free or WhatsApp 0202-422-422 when in doubt. Azan is brought to you by GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Pick up all quantities of Lazy Tomato Mix and Lazy Shito by calling the hotlines 050-168-3344 or 050-155-0998. This advert is FDA approved.
Soldier mentholated, powder and balm, soothing and refreshing.
After a long day's hard work, treat your body to something soothing and refreshing. Use Soldier Mentholated Balm. Its cooling effect is your ultimate relaxation therapy, soothing muscles and relieving aches. For rapid relief from rashes, trust Soldier Mentholated Powder as your go-to solution. Experience everyday wellness with Soldier products. Soldier Mentholated Balm and Powder, your soothing companions. The GC brand, it's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Semi sorry no pa. Kale Chaco toothpaste na me de twitwi missing. And mommy confidence. The money nyina.
Se wushia ama na me sifite guso na mesrea. Eya wanwa hu. Me de Kale Chaco toothpaste ene twitwi missing. Obo ade ni pa e wo bidie mu no. Ene e dia Kale Chaco toothpaste. E boy sen ho ban e free mowa e boy sen mu tokro. E sen ahye ene enumunka. Sure say amani Kale Chaco toothpaste so nie. Yet center for.
Me de magical Chaco toothpaste atubu. Me issue na no pa. Ya na dwa me koda no. E ma me sinye fita. Confidence level kwaso. Enti bi na ma na me si 32 ni na guso.
Enkane no ane maame nom di bidie twitwiri yense no asaya bebie mu o. Bidie wo Kale Chaco toothpaste mu no. MSC fita. E ma na hoden ne sayi nka bia. Ma wonum ye hwam. Enu nti mo amonom cafe, wine, any tobacco e kamo seso no. Aba mamo Kale Chaco toothpaste. Sankofa yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
FDA aje edwadi nkrato ya tomo.
Welcome to Amansia Community Bank PLC, where your dreams meet smart banking. From savings, current and investment accounts to loans and mobile banking services that enable you to bank with us anytime, anywhere. Our products and services are available at all 13 branches spread across Ashanti region. Owas Campus, House Campus, Sofo Line, Ahojo, Atinga Junction, Roma Hill, Bekwai, Anyan Kwanta, Akrokeri, Manson Kwanta, Manson Datano, Manson Dubia, and Manson Keniago, with our head office at Antwerp Room. Step in today and let's build your future together. Call our hotline 0247 200 013. Amansia Community Bank PLC, your reliable financial partner.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Are you having challenges planning your retirement, or do you need a secured investment destination to invest your funds? Then you are lucky. Integrity Fund Management Limited delivers world-class investment solutions aimed to help clients realize new opportunities and maximize their returns. For your secured and less risky financial investments, such as private wealth management, corporate funds management, welfare funds management, provident fund management, mutual funds management, visit Integrity Fund Management Limited at the Davewell Village Building, opposite STC Bus Terminal, Adum Kumasi. You can call us on 03220 774 75 or 050 160 3186. Visit our website at integrityghana.com or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/integrityfundmgt. Integrity, loyalty, and timeliness.
Ghana betu bono